What's going on, Panther family? It's your favorite Panther Caspa, the Bambi-eyed Panther Caspa, and I got for you a brand new album review of Weezer, OK Human. Now, Weezer, easily one of my favorite bands. Blue Album, great album. I feel the hooks are very catchy to this day, very fun, very just well put together album with great songwriting, great riffs, and I feel that is one of the reasons why they are my favorites because of that album. And Pinkerton, although there are polarizing subjects on there, same with the Blue Album, if you will, but I feel they were a little more polarizing on Pinkerton. And it's a great album, but maybe not as great as the Blue Album. And also, you have the White Album, which I feel is great as well. Uh, Great comeback. But I cannot ignore the fact their discography is spotty. It's either ranged from mediocre albums to trash albums, and that hurts me to say. It really hurts me to say. But it's true. What do you want me to say? But with this one right here, OK Human, this is the best they have sound in years. And let me tell you, this is definitely their most ambitious they've been almost in a decade. Like, they're bringing you these orchestral, baroque instrumentation all throughout. There's no crunchy guitar riffs. There's none of that. I don't even think there's a glockenspiel on here. I really don't. It's mostly just instrumentation and orchestral instrumentation. Sorry. And it's just beautiful. It's a beautiful, focused album. And I feel it's definitely their best they've had in years. Years. The album kicks off with all my favorite songs, which is pretty much a self-diagnodal detriment from Rivers. He feels, that he's just socially awkward. He feels that. Like, all of his favorite people make him mad. He wants to be rich, but he feels guilty. He spaces off when people talk to him. And all of his favorite songs are slow and sad. And this song right here this album has not been out for a month. And I damn near know almost every hook, almost every word. Like, that's how infectious this album is. Like, this album is so infectious, so catchy. And I noticed too that introspection and passions are definitely running through this album. Just running along off this road of orchestral whimsical magic that this album is. And following with the song Aloo, which we get even more introspection. This one seems like it's kind of more on a depressed term where there's a little more social awkwardness, how he doesn't want to be close to people, and that he just feels life is kind of losing its flavor, like his chai. It's definitely there in the terms of, like, just pretty much not exactly giving up, but he definitely feels life is kind of losing its edge, if you will. And he definitely reaches out saying, "You're not alone." You know what I'm saying? If you're going through this, trust me, you're not alone. I'm going through this as well. So it's a very encouraging sentiment. And Also, how I spoke on passions, we also get his passion for literature, English literature, with the song Grapes of Wrath, where he's talking about listening to Grapes of Wrath and Moby Dick and all that on his portable headphones. And I'm telling you right now, the way this song is catchy, the way this song is so just booming, it is just, I guarantee you, a hair away from being snatched up by a company and used as an endorsement deal. I'm telling you, it might happen. I'm not a psychic. I don't have a crystal ball. But if it does happen, the Panther won't be surprised. He will not be surprised if that does occur. And I'm not the only one saying this. Other people have said this. But yeah, I definitely feel that this could be the next banger off the album. Just saying. And speaking of passions, we definitely get more passion on the song that transitions gorgeously, and I do mean gorgeously, into a more somber note on Numbers, where Rivers is pretty much saying how these societal awarded numbers, or labeled numbers, if you will, or unrewarding numbers, if you will, are just that. They're just given numbers that are meant to just give you this value that's pretty much given out by society. It's societal awarded numbers, pretty much. And he's saying, don't let them get you down, because at the end of the day, they're just numbers, and your value does not amount to the number they give you. So it's a very moving, very inspirational song, and the swelling strings just bring it so much life, so much uplift, so much encouragement. And I feel that's a very beautiful, beautiful moment sonically on the album. And also, on the following track, when I was talking about passions, we also get how he has this undying love for his piano. And he's just playing his piano. He's just very lost in the moment and has a very intimate relationship with his piano. But I do feel one thing I could not ignore is how he has a very rocky relationship with his shampoo and his water. So, Rivers, if you're watching, please rekindle your relationship with your shampoo and water, because hair and hygiene, it's important. It's an important thing, and you should definitely take that into consideration. Okay, buddy? Okay. Now back to the album. I do feel that it's just very, and another thing too. It sounds like I'm trailing off a little bit there, but this is off the top. Try not to read off the paper, because this is one take Jake, and it's off my phone. I know I said that before, but in case this is your first time watching, it's off the phone. If I make a mistake, gotta keep it in. Gotta keep it in. Gotta keep it moving. Also, the song Mirror Image. Such a beautiful song. Such a gorgeous sentiment. Like, about just devotion to the woman he loves, and with just lyrics that are just so beautiful and moving that I haven't heard them say in like years, like since Blue Album, like with lyrics like she's my mirror image till the day that we shatter, she makes me understand, like No, no, no. She's my mirror image. She knows where I stand. Till the day that we shatter, she makes me understand. I believe those are the lyrics, but the parallel, okay, the parallel and the devotion into those lyrics are just so moving to me. And I do feel that the whole song is just, like I said, enchantment. And something I could definitely see at me and Bea's wedding. So, Bea, if you're watching, we should definitely put this song in the rotation. Just saying. If you want to. Because your day. Love you. So, after that, though, the album does take a bit of a dip, unfortunately, in the songwriting department. When you got a song called Screens, and it's pretty much just unignorable boomer mentality where they're saying how looking at your screens is such a detriment, but to be honest, it's not. And it's kind of a very helpful tool too, because to be honest, to stream your album, to create revenue for you, there has to be screens involved. Like, that has to happen. So I do feel that this could have been left on the cutting room floor in terms of conceptual direction, because it just kind of relates to just something that's a little fake deep. A little fake deep. And granted, the vocals are nice, instrumentation's nice, but it's unignorable that it's a little hypocritical. Just saying. So after that, we do get these songs where he does switch it up a little bit conceptually, but it doesn't really have as much punch as the beginning of the album, with songs like Bird with a Broken Wing, where it's like, okay, you went from singing from a perspective of a teenager to a perspective of a bird, and didn't really come out that hard hitting, at least to me. But it does pick up at the end with songs like Here Comes the Rain, which is a little polarizing due to this article that I saw, how this is supposedly dedicated to Sam Harris, and the pretty much encouragement for him after the feeling of backlash from his statements. And he's made some polarizing statements regarding to race, IQ, and just really controversial stuff. So it definitely raises a few eyebrows in that direction, but it's really open for interpretation, because it's not like he says it in the song. It's very like uplifting lyrics, very jovial, and pretty much just saying how after going through something harrowing, that the rain is here and it's going to take all your troubles away. And it's pretty much just a relief, just a uplifting relief. And that's how I take it. I take it as very jovial, encouraging, get through the storm song. Even though it's about rain, but you know what I mean. You know what I mean. And we get a solid closer after that with sometimes I have to look at the paper. Sometimes. Labara Tar Pits. Like I said, I'm terrible at pronunciation. Very solid closer, very musical, very whimsical, and definitely fits the album very well. So overall, regardless of a bit of a dip near the end, I do feel this is a great album. Probably their best in years. And I would definitely give this 4 stars. 4 out of 5 stars. That is my enjoyment level here. And I do look forward to Van Weezer that is coming out this year. So hopefully it meets the expectations. It pretty much hopefully passes the bar that this one has set. Or at least meet the bar. At least. But those are my thoughts on it. I really enjoyed it. Really loved it. But if you've checked this album out, how many stars would you give it? Would you give it 5 stars, 4.5 stars, 4 stars, or 3 stars, 2 stars, 1 star, no stars? And if so, why? I feel this album is great, but that's your opinion. That's up to you. Let the Panther know. This has been Weezer, OK Human, and the Panther will return.